Hello everyone, my name is Gabrielle Cataldi and this is my very first vlog. So, who am I, you ask? Well, not really anybody at the moment, but maybe I will be someone in future. You may never know. I wanted to start a blog because I wanted to have some sort of creative output. I currently have a blog up, also have a podcast. I also am going to start a YouTube channel with my son who is 16. And I write. I'm in a marketing position and my full-time job, and I currently go to school at Drexel. I have a lot on my plate. My mom is suffering from dementia. It is something that I didn't realize that I was going to have to handle, and it's a learning curve, and it's a lot of having to figure out my life or going around that, to take care of her and to make sure that she gets the care that she requires as well as deserves. So I want to make sure that she's comfortable, and I will be there for her. So this vlog is pretty much about life, my life, and things, anecdotal things that maybe I'll come up with, who knows, things that I haven't come up with that you can easily give me some sort of pointers if you would choose to. That is up to you. So this is just an introductory video. Let me tell you a little bit about myself so that you can kind of get the gist of where I'm coming from and what you might see in the upcoming vlogs that I will be recording. So to learn a lot more in depth about me, please check out my website. It's GabrielleCataldi.com. I will link it in the description below. That also has my podcast. I have 2 seasons up. I never actually finished the 2nd season, but I'm starting a 3rd season, picking up where I left off in the 2nd season. Like I said, lots of stuff going on. My blog is mainly supposed to be about writing and how to help writers out there, also to demonstrate my abilities and things that I can do as a writer. I do copywriting, I do marketing, social media, digital content creating, and I would like to get my work out there to be seen. So my blog was kind of turning into like an online journal, and I will still have some personal things. It's literally a section on my website that the blog is personal, like stuff going on. So if you don't want to read it, obviously you don't have to click into that, but I kind of wanted that website to be mainly the work that I have and helping those that are struggling with writing. So this vlog is to help getting all the other stuff off my chest, because sometimes talking to your friends is great. Like I said, I have a son who's 16, but is that really his job to sit there and listen to his mom moan about life? I listened to him, and he has listened to me. He's a good kid. But the person that I always used to go to was my mom, and that's really not something I can do anymore. I try every once in a while to have a conversation with her about things, but her conversational skills are not very linear. And what I mean about that is, say you'll discuss what's going on that day. Like, I had a crappy day at work, and I go into a little bit of detail, but perhaps she is watching something and she'll kind of start to respond to that conversation that you started, but then it like goes off into whatever it is that's happening on the TV, or maybe another memory that sparked in her head from 20-30 years ago. So it's hard to confide in someone who really can't follow the conversation. So I've lost out on a big confidant that I've always had in my life, and it's hard. And just to give you fair warning, in the vlogs to come, when I go into greater detail and giving you updates on my mother and living with someone with dementia, there are going to probably be moments where I get visibly upset, so fair warning. And I will do my best to keep my composure, but it is something that is a very big thing in my life, obviously. And that is why this vlog is here, to help those who are looking for someone who is also going through that, and also who is going through life and just trying to get by. You will see my surroundings change as I get further into this, as I become more skilled in editing and my recording. I will be getting new drapes for my back. I took all of my, I had these really broken blinds, so our next door neighbors can watch me record myself. I honestly don't care. You'll see my collections back here. You have Cthulhu, you have Fizz Gig from the Dark Crystal, my Oregon Trail mini game, my Dragon Age cards, because I love Dragon Age, which I will tell you in videos to come. All of my crystals, I love crystals, and that's the monkeys, little jewelry ceramic bowl that I had gotten years ago. So you'll start to learn a lot about my weird likes and dislikes, and I hope that it will make you laugh, help you. I will be also discussing mental health and dealing with really bad days. I was diagnosed with depression and generalized anxiety disorder. My son also has generalized anxiety disorder. Hopefully I wasn't, I know it had to do with an outside thing that happened, which I will go into detail about. All these things and more in the future vlogs. So you will also notice that I haven't watched every single vlog that is on YouTube or on any other platform. I've seen some vlogs, I've seen beauty vlogs, I've seen things about mental health and, you know, all of that sort of thing. So I haven't seen all of them, but this is as much as you're going to get. I'm not going to get dolled up. You're going to see these reflections. I'll take my glasses off every once in a while, but you're going to see how tired I am. I do not wear makeup. I don't do anything to this face. So if you see blotchiness and stuff, it's who I am, and it's what I am in reality. So what you see is what you get, and that genuineness, I think, is needed, a much needed thing in this world of filters and being a certain way on social media versus what you are in reality. I will also discuss dealing with weight. I am not the smallest person. I have fluctuated weight since I was 11 years old, and I went from starving myself to doing Weight Watchers to just not caring anymore to taking a job for UPS and losing 60 pounds. You ever want to lose weight and get paid to do so, go be a loader at UPS. You'll be drinking so much water, and during the summertime, you will want to just be part of the packages and just go and get delivered to somebody who has air conditioning. But yeah, I've had a lot of things that have happened. I am a Gen Y. I hate to call myself a millennial. I was born in 1983, so technically I know there's the Zennials where you're kind of like on that cusp of the Gen X's. This will be my 40th birthday coming up in March, so here I am starting a vlog at nearly 40, and you know what? You're not too old for anything. And yeah, I went back to school in 2015. I will be getting my bachelor. I got my associates already. I'll get my bachelor's in September, so I'm almost done. I'm going in for my master's thereafter because I'm just on this train of like, if I'm going to do it, let's get it done. I live in New Jersey, so it's pork roll, not Taylor ham, hoagies. I was born in Philadelphia, and I moved to New Jersey in 1989. I was 6 years old, and lived in Hamilton, New Jersey, the blueberry capital of the world, for 29 years. And then we moved. We lost our farm, and during my mom was part of that predatory lending fiasco back in 2008. And we fought it for a very long time, and just finally kind of just gave it up. And it was so much stress that it'll be something that I can go into if anybody has had to deal with. It wasn't under my name, but I was living there, and it was a nightmare to deal with almost on a daily basis. Moving from my home was difficult because I was forced out, so that's something else that I would like to touch upon. I lost my dad when I was 17. He was older. That is something else I'll talk about, having older parents. I had my son when I was 23, so I wasn't like super young. But I kind of liked the fact that I had my son when I did, because I actually didn't want to be married or have kids, so let me just put that out there. It was kind of like something that kind of happened. I was married first, I had a kid, and then it was just kind of like the normal transitions of life. But I am so happy that I have my son, because I don't think I could get through all of this without him. At 16, he's a sheer rock for me, and I've lucked out with, he has his moments. He's a teenager. What are you going to do? But yeah, I've lucked out for having such a good kid, and I thank the powers that be that I was given that, and even though there are moments where I'm like, I don't really deserve that. So anyway, we'll go over likes and dislikes of myself. I not a trendy person. I went to a Catholic school, so I didn't really get to wear all of the cool 90s things because I had a uniform. Hated it. I was not popular in school. Like I said, I dealt with weight for a very long time. I decided to cut my hair in 6th grade, and my hair used to be down past my knees, and I had 18 inches cut off, so it went from being straight because it was heavy to super curly, because I didn't know I had curly hair at the time. Didn't know what to do with it. Couldn't pull it back because I cut it too short, and then I had very frizzy hair, and I got made fun of for that too. So it didn't matter what I did, or even if I changed anything about myself, it didn't matter. So I gave up in high school trying to fit in. So we can touch upon being bullied, being an outcast, still making it through life and still wanting to do this, even though technically I was a painfully shy kid, mainly because I kind of wanted to just blend in to not be seen, because then it gave those people a spotlight on me to be like right now I'm breaking out, but you're welcome. This is reality. Even at 40, you will still break out. It's great. I didn't want a spotlight on me, so I hated when we had to do presentations. There was a class I took that was psychology. I love psychology. I actually am minoring in it in Drexel right now. But Mr. McBride, love him as a teacher. I don't know if he's still teaching, but if he is, I hope so. He was a great teacher. But he wanted to have presentations, and it was like at the end of every section. So there was a lot of presentations. I was so nervous, to the point where I was getting up to go to the podium, and I guess because of my blood pressure and just the sheer anxiety of it, my ears started to ring. I pretty much went deaf. I don't even know if I said the right words. I had my note cards. People were asking questions, but the ringing in my ears, and I started to get tunnel vision, and I'm like, I'm gonna black out. I am literally gonna black out, but I didn't. Maybe that's a good thing. I don't know, but I can remember that so clearly. It was horrible. I'm not one for public speaking, but I am getting a lot better with like doing videos like this. When I do my podcast, I don't do live podcasts, although my friend does. He's a comedian, and I really like that format, and I know there's a lot. He's not the only one that does it, but I like that format, and I'm thinking that maybe I should shift over to that eventually. I have a lot of stuff on my plate, a lot of things that I want to do. I did a Facebook Live the other night because I'm old and we do Facebook things, okay? I'm going to look into TikTok, okay? I'll try and get up to where all the kids are now. But I think this vlog will be good for me and for those who are also looking for those out there who are struggling in everyday life. And I know a lot of people feel alone, but you're not, you know, period, you're not. And there are plenty of people who deal with so much, and having to get through all of that is difficult. And hopefully I can kind of, you know, help you, as well as helping myself just by talking it out. I will prepare myself for the trolls that like to come on and point out different things about myself. I've dealt with it for a very long time in my life, so it's not anything new. My son even said, like, if we're gonna do this, the YouTube thing, he's like, are you gonna be ready for the bad comments? And I'm pretty good with constructive criticism, like, you know, especially like, because I write like lots of different things. I write poems, short stories. I have yet to be published in a novel. I've published a poem before, but nothing longer than that. But okay, so I hope this this vlog kind of makes some sense. I'm going to try and do my best to edit properly. As you can, I actually have like a green screen that I can put back. This is like part of it. And I maybe will try and change up where I do the vlogs every once in a while. I will be posting these once a week on Sundays. So hopefully I can stick with that plan and try and keep these kind of like at a minimum, but we'll see, you know, because I tend to jabber on, but I will be editing this so that it doesn't sound like I'm just going off, which majority of it is. But I'm also Italian, so I use my hands a lot. I apologize. And I'm also going to see about putting my camera, getting a better camera too, eventually. One thing at a time. But I hit my desk, and it makes the monitor go, and it's just like earthquake. So I'm sorry. You get to see my lovely, I have a good microphone, mainly because I did that for my podcast. I love doing the podcast, so I'm hoping this vlog doesn't necessarily need to take off, but I really hope that it helps somebody out there, and I know I'll enjoy doing it. I don't have a problem recording things. I know editing can get a lot, so I know people put in like special effects and their intro and their outro. I have to work on all of that. I have to do that specifically for the YouTube channel that my son and I are going to start doing. I will advertise that on here if you're interested in going over there, but that's something that we're working on. It's not going to be out for probably not for another month, because we're hashing out like our banner, our logo, and you know, we're going all out. And the content, we kind of want to have a backlog of content. And my vlogs I will be recording the week prior to it posting. I don't know if I will have a backlog of it, because I think I want to do it like a blow by blow, like what's happening that day, or what would I want to talk to you about myself. If you have any questions that you want to have me answer, I lived on a 10-acre farm. I know a lot about like horses. My dad served in World War II as a photographer. If you'd like to see any photos that he took, I have a good collection that he did. And anything, he was a huge collector of horse memorabilia. He loved Frank Sinatra. My mom is a baby boomer. She was born in 1950. She has a very large collection of records and a huge DVD collection because she loves her movies. Unfortunately, she's really not watching as many now, but that's okay. Also books. She loves books. I love books too. I will showcase some of my collection at a later date. I love gaming. I love music. I love RPG games, if you're like those. I love Dragon Age. I was thinking about doing like a stream for gaming, but you have to be very like consistent with that. Like you have to be doing nothing else with your life, and I have a full-time job. I go to school. My son's homeschooled, taking care of my mom. I have 2 dogs. Take care of the house, pay my bills, try and sleep in between some of that. So, and then do this, and my blog, and my podcast, and the other YouTube channel. I just like to have a lot of things on my plate. I really don't, but I really want to get myself out there. I want to, like, you know, I want to showcase what I can do. I hate being in the background anymore. So, here I am. All right, well, I think this is a good introduction. I didn't want to keep it too long. I'm recording at 21 minutes, but I will edit it so it'll be less than that. I hope you will check back. Like I said, it will be done on a weekly basis and it will be posted on Sundays. Probably Sunday evenings. We'll see. I will try and get like a good like time frame as that a bit, but it'll be definitely Sundays, every Sunday. I'm on the East Coast of the United States, so if you are checking in future, that's the time. So thank you so much for watching this, and I hope you will check out my other vlogs. I have a lot of interesting things to talk about, and I know a lot of people like to know things about other people's lives, so because we're curious creatures. So tune in next week for whatever it is I decide to talk about, and join me with vlogging my life as a vlog with me, Gabrielle. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you.